Hey, everybody. So, let's talk about some ways that we can cultivate joy in our lives. So, in a previous video, I had talked about how the majority of individuals are not don't are not joyful as a baseline. Studies have shown that the majority of individuals don't they have to find joy for themselves. It's not something that's just naturally innate within us. And I thought that that was really interesting because I find this to be good news because so many of us go around thinking that there's something wrong with us because we don't feel joy all the time. And the fact of the matter is we're not going to feel joy all the time. This is something that we need to nurture within us. It's something that we need to cultivate. And over time, what will happen is that our level of joy will increase. We'll find ourselves there more often because it's something that we've put into a practice. We've cultivated that within us. So, when you think about the things that bring you joy, whether that's seeing a beautiful sunrise. This morning I was driving before the sun came up, and just those first glimmers of the sun rays as it was starting the day just brought me joy. That sense of awe over this brand new day and the sun rising and seeing that sun emerge from the clouds as it was rising up, it just made me happy. It brought joy to me. So being able to find those moments of awe, I like to be able to do it in nature. That's, seeing a beautiful flower, seeing a butterfly, being able to see a bird that has some sort of meaning to us, or not just seeing a interesting bird. Just scenery in nature. I just love that connection with nature as it often brings me joy. So being able to find something like that within yourself, if you resonate with that, or finding other things that you resonate with. So being able to do this is going to help you feel more joyful more often. And so in this video, I'm going to give you five tips to be able to help cultivate joy within yourself, within ourselves. So my tip one is being able to have a mindful practice. Regardless of your religious or your spiritual views, when we take a moment to be mindful of our presence, being able to not think about tomorrow or the future and not linger in yesterday and what happened before, and allowing ourselves to be fully present, it really helps us be able to see beyond ourselves, our greater connection to things beyond us. And the more often that we can bring mindfulness into our daily activities, the more we will naturally have a feeling of joy because we're going to be present more often. And so a mindful practice brings presence. Gifts. Oh, that's kind of funny and true. So being able to take some time each day to become mindful. And this can be doing dishes and doing chores, or just simply sitting and being mindful. A great way of being able to incorporate mindfulness, if you're just beginning this practice, is being able to really pay attention to our in-breath and our out-breath. You can even say to yourself, I am breathing in, I am exhaling. And just simply doing that, as I breathe in, it brings a smile. As I breathe out, releasing fear and doubt and worry, anxiety, whatever. Being able to release the negative and increase or bring in positive joyful thought, whatever that might be, is a great way of just a simple, mindful practice that can just simply start with breathing in and breathing out. So the next tip 2, to being able to cultivate joy is connecting with friends. And I'm not just talking about like going out and being with people, socializing, if you will. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about having a real connection with friends. Being able to talk about what's really happening in our lives and be able to hear and listen, have some deep listening with what's happening in their lives, and being able to have that exchange. It really helps bring that deeper sense of connection to others, and it can help inspire and cultivate joy within us as we make that connection with others. My third tip is acts of service. Being able to go out and do something for others without any, you're not doing it for yourself, you're doing it for someone else. Any type of act of service. So, it can be, giving the homeless person a little bit of food, right? If you've got some extra food as you're leaving the restaurant, you see a homeless person, giving them food, not because you feel like you have to, but because you're inspired in your heart to give them that gift. Or being able to see that your elderly neighbor needs a little extra hand raking the leaves and going over there and doing it. Why? Because, it helps them out. And as a result, it's going to make you feel good. When we do things for others without any reason for ourselves, it also brings a sense of joy, that act of service. So being able to do something, being able to even do something, once a day, every day, being able to write a little note to someone, you're beautiful, without them even knowing who it was, or being able to just from the kindness of your heart, doing something for another person because it feels good to do it. And if you don't think that it's going to feel good to do it, if you do it anyway because you feel like it's the right thing to do, you're going to feel better for doing it. It just works that way. And it's a way to be able to help inspire and cultivate joy within ourselves. So tip 4 is doing something that is living from our purpose. So you might be asking yourself, like, hey, Jamila, you might be saying, hey, Jamila, I don't know what my purpose is. Fair. However, when we are listening to our inner guidance system, when we're listening to our deep intuition, when we're listening to our guides or our ancestors or angels or our inner knowingness, whatever you might call it, based on whatever spiritual or religious background that you have, doesn't matter. When you listen to that guidance, ask it, help me live my purpose and do something that feels purposeful. And you'll find that it's going to come to you. Looking at the things that you're naturally good at. Are you a natural good listener? Are you a natural leader? Do you have natural gifts of creativity or ways of inspiring people? When we do the things that bring us purpose, which typically are going to be of some sort of creative nature. And what I mean by that, it's not like get out your oil paints and canvas. I'm not talking about that creativity, although it can be that, right? I'm talking about anything that's of a creative nature. And you might want to journal this out. You might want to just journal into what are the things that you resonate with that just feel good to you. And that could be a great starting place of being able to find your purpose. And I'm not necessarily talking purpose with a big capital P, purpose. I'm talking about living the purpose of purposeful living. Like, you got a little fire in your belly to do something. And if you don't have a fire in your belly to do anything, then my suggestion is to go back to being mindful, and eventually that purpose will come. All right. Number 5, gratitude. I'm always talking about gratitude. And the reason I'm always talking about it is because it's so helpful in getting us out of the muck, out of the rut, out of our negative spiral thinking. It's the one thing that will work to be able to really help us be able to recognize, hey, today I woke up, I'm breathing, life is good. And you might wake up breathing thinking, man, another shitty day. And that's when we really have to dig for that gratitude. Do I have food to eat? Do I have a roof over my head? Do I have a sense of safety and security around me? Do I have people that love me? Do I have good health? I mean, sometimes we have to go down to the bare essentials to find that place of gratitude. For myself, I pull from my memory bank. So I have a memory that I go back to, like if I'm feeling really down in the dumps and I really am or just having a really, really crappy day. And I know that I need to pull from, I need to pull something for gratitude. I have a memory that I pull from, when I was a little girl sitting on my grandfather's lap, and it just makes me happy. And I have that sense of being loved, and it fills me with gratitude. Anytime that I think about it, it just lights me up, and it shifts that energetic yuckiness out of me, and it connects me to that sense of love within me. And so gratitude will help shift that negativity. And so the more often that we can find gratitude within our day, then it will also help us cultivate joy within our lives. So I gave you 5 tips to be able to utilize within your daily practice. And, you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 of these any day. You can shift it up. You can focus on one. It does not matter. The thing is just finding ways to be able to water those seeds of joy so that it can be something that's cultivated within you. Even when you are feeling joy, we still need to cultivate it so that it'll help it stay and stick around. Kind of like when you pick a flower. If you don't put it in water right away, it's going to wilt and die. Same thing with joy. So if we have a joyful moment that we pick, if we don't water it, it's going to just wilt away. It's just going to go away. It's just what's going to happen. But if we can put it in some water, then it'll last a little longer. And so that's something that we need to do on a daily basis to be able to nurture and cultivate that within us. So if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. And yeah, until next time, y'all, you have a great rest of your day. Take care.